I am a very recent breast cancer survivor. I was actually diagnosed this summer on July 18th. I will remember that day forever because it's also our wedding anniversary. So I got to look at my husband while we were out at dinner and say, by the way, you said in sickness and in health, and here we go. So I was diagnosed with stage 1 invasive lobular carcinoma. 30 years ago, when my family started their breast cancer journey and my mom was first diagnosed, um, they said that the second time she was diagnosed, she wouldn't have been if Herceptin had been there the first time. So we leaped forward and we made a difference there. At the same time, her sister had been diagnosed, her aunt had been diagnosed. So we're starting to see this family trend, and we asked if we needed to be genetically tested. And they said no, because we didn't meet the requirements for BRCA1 or BRCA2 at the time. And so we held off. Well, fast forward another 20 years, they came back to us and they said, hey, now we want you to be tested. I also immediately asked my oncologist what else I can do, and are there clinical trials that I could be involved in? And she said, yes, that actually I met all the requirements for the Aspen clinical trial. So they asked if I wanted to think about it. I said, what's there to think about? And signed up right there on the spot in my oncologist's office. I think clinical trials is something that everybody should get involved in. I know there are a lot of misnomers still out there in the world about, oh, I might not get the right kind of treatment, or, oh, they're going to give me a fake drug, or, oh, I'm a guinea pig, but that's not the case. The other thing I think people misunderstand is that, oh, it's a last-ditch effort to be a part of a clinical trial, where that's not true. I found, that I get a lot more attention by being part of a clinical trial because they're asking questions along the way. And I know that those are going to make a difference not only in my life, but in other people's lives as well. I think that anything that I can do to help researchers further the work that they are doing is important. Progress may be slow, but it's happening. And we're starting to see the excitement in the lab and the things that are happening. Funding for research is vital. That's how we're going to make the difference. If you don't have the money, you can't have the labs. If you don't have the labs, you don't have the researchers. And it's just, it's a domino effect. And we have to fund that because we know it's not just one type of breast cancer that we have to cure. There are multiple, and there are going to have to be multiple cures for the different types of cancer. And we can't do that without the research. If I could say one thing to breast cancer researchers, it would be keep going. You're making a difference. I want the path for the people who are diagnosed after me to be even easier than my path has been. And that ultimately for us not to have a path at all, because through all of this, we have found and delivered the cures.